In today's video, I'm going to teach you Is Cloudways Good? Step-by-step deep dive review guide 2026. If you're a web developer, agency lead, or e-commerce business owner trying to move beyond slow shared hosting, Cloudways is probably a name you've seen again and again. The big question is whether it's actually good for your needs or just heavily promoted. To answer that properly, we need to look at what Cloudways really is. Cloudways is not a traditional web host with its own data centers. Instead, it gives you a managed layer on top of major cloud providers like DigitalOcean, Vultr, and AWS. That matters because on traditional shared hosting, your website often competes with many other sites for the same CPU and RAM. If one site gets overloaded, your performance can drop fast. With Cloudways, the idea is different. You launch an isolated cloud server environment so your resources are separated and much more predictable. Next, let's talk about speed and optimization, because performance affects both user experience and search visibility. Cloudways uses what it calls Thunderstack, which combines Nginx, Apache, MariaDB, PHP 8.x, and Memcached. In plain terms, this is a pre-configured server setup designed to improve loading times without making you build everything manually. On top of that, Cloudways includes Varnish Cache and offers one-click Redis object cache activation. For dynamic sites like WooCommerce stores, learning platforms, or membership websites, these tools can make a noticeable difference by reducing the strain on the database and helping pages load faster. Another major advantage is the management dashboard. Cloudways is built for people who want cloud performance without living in the command line. If traffic grows, you can use the vertical scaling tool to increase server resources without going through a full migration. Backups are also built in with automated off-site snapshots that can be restored if something breaks after an update. And if you want to test changes safely, the staging feature lets you clone your live site into a separate environment before pushing updates to production. Pricing is also a big part of this review. Cloudways uses pay-as-you-go billing, which gives you flexibility. Instead of locking into long contracts, you pay for the server resources you actually use. That can be especially useful for testing, development, or projects with changing demand. Before you decide, there are two practical limitations to remember. Cloudways does not include native email hosting, so business email needs to be handled through a separate service or add-on. It also does not sell domain names, which means your domain must stay with an external registrar and be pointed to your server. Overall, if you want strong speed, managed backups, easy scaling, staging tools, and developer access without the burden of managing a raw server yourself, Cloudways is a very solid option. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.